You're listening to The Simple Man with Ethan Krell and Stan, Nicky Rod, and Damian Anderson. Stay a while if you know about the Jiu-Jitsu. If you don't, you can come too. This is PT.
All right, guys, welcome back. Ethan Krellenston, Damian Anderson, Nicky Rodriguez, and a very special guest today,
Gianni Grippo.
Gianni Grippo.
That's a great name for a grappler,
Yeah.
Mr. Grippo.
Dude,
Wow,
that is it's the best name. Like, you can't beat it.
I know. I remember my first ADCC, Braulio's team of 2015. Braulio was commentating. He's like, Gianni Grippo, that can't be his real name. That's too good for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I was
Holy shit.
man, I better have some good fucking grips,
Dude, yeah.
you know, to be called
How
Grippo.
many
for this.
ADCCs have you been in?
I did two.
Two, yeah.
2015 out in Brazil, and then 2019.
25. How old were you then?
I was 21,
Yeah,
22. I don't
Yeah.
know. Something like that.
Damn, time flies.
Yeah. I show people the highlights of that ADCC, and they're like, is this trials? Because it was so like
It was small.
The venue was so whatever, the setup
Yeah,
was so
it's like
whatever.
obscure.
You
That
know,
was the
everyone thought it was
Brazil one?
trials.
The Brazil one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Was that the yellow puzzle mats?
Dude, it's terrible.
Still, that's
dangerous.
it's dangerous, yeah.
Yellow
Yeah.
puzzle mats in
A yellow puzzle mat.
2015.
Dude, you don't know how many like highlights and videos I've seen on those puzzle mats when I was like first coming
Dude,
up.
that's
I was like,
before I
all-
started jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's as I was like
That's
figuring it out. I
crazy.
would always look at that one ADCC. I was like, holy shit.
It's like, this is the best event we have, and we're using puzzle mats.
Yeah.
Which is the one that
I'm
Gary
going
hit
for
the armbar escape on Crone?
That was the one before in China,
Okay,
where
okay.
absolutely no one
in
was there.
China. Holy fuck.
China.
Why China?
China.
They had some kind of obscure choices. They had like Trenton, New Jersey one time. They had
What?
China.
Wait.
Trenton, New Jersey.
Trenton, New Jersey for 2007.
Bullshit.
I was there for that. I
What?
saw that.
Okay, quick. Sorry. Let's go back. What year did you start jiu-jitsu?
I started back in 2002.
Oh,
The very
20 years. Wow. 22 years.
The very first person I saw at Henzo's when I joined, it was before the Blue Basement. I was there at like they had a methadone clinic looking gym.
I heard legends about this.
yeah.
What? Whoa,
They were
whoa,
by
whoa,
a
whoa. What?
methadone clinic.
Yeah.
Like
the Henzo Gracie
yes,
HQ.
used to be. Or go
Next-
on.
Yeah,
I've heard.
okay.
No, this is legends.
Dude,
never
it was
heard
on 37th Street. Not that street names matter, but it was in like a dark alley of New York. It was pretty messed
So
up.
it wasn't where it was
no,
now?
No. The
Oh,
Blue
they
Basement
moved.
came 2 years after I joined. So I think I was
Okay.
there for like at least a year and a half.
Okay. wow.
And I remember it was on the 5th floor of 6 floors in the building, and every other floor was like a methadone clinic, you know, for all crackheads and all people
Yeah,
with
for sure.
crazy
Yeah,
issues.
crazy
and I go
motherfuckers.
there when I'm like fucking 10 years old, you know, so it was a bit of an eye-opening experience.
Damn.
The first person I saw there was John with a
Danaher
full
with
head of
hair.
hair.
Wow.
You walked into the older Henzo spot, and the first person you ran into was John Danaher.
No one else was there aside from him teaching some private or something.
Just like he
And you were
always
10
did.
years old.
I was like 10 years old.
So you grew up in Manhattan? Where'd you grow
No,
up?
I grew up in Jersey. I always just made the commute into Manhattan.
Who brought you there at 10 years old?
My psycho parents, my parents that were fucking
Yeah.
psychopaths were like, oh, this is good for him. Let's drive him into the city every day. You know,
Wow.
so we did that for a
Lo
while.
and behold.
Yeah.
Your
yeah.
only child?
I have a younger brother who
Yeah.
they cared a lot less about.
So he didn't train at all.
I was the golden child.
No.
Does he train?
Yeah.
He did. And
His
they
name's
stopped.
Kevon.
So yeah, does he train? Does he compete?
No,
Or-
man. You know what? He was actually like, he did a little bit, and then what ended up happening? He was like way more naturally talented than I am.
Wow.
Like my brother, one time he was like 6 years old. I just started. I was like 10 as well. He never trained. He just used to come and watch like the private lessons and the classes that I would take. And he's like, goes up to my dad. He's like, I want to do this. I'm like, you've never done anything before in your life. Never wrestled, nothing. Just literally watched and played around on the side. My parents were like, yeah, sure, go in there. The first match, they say go. And he's 6. You're not thinking about anything. He like blast doubles this kid across the mat. Just purely watch.
Pure instinct.
So the kid was a natural. He was even a natural at gaming the system. So like I remember this match. He lost the match. He doesn't know anything. But he's getting put in this choke, right? He's got like a rear naked choke. He's about to tap. But what he does instead, he has the 6-year-old. He has the intuition to take out his mouthpiece and throw it. and be like, "Oh, my mouthpiece!"
At 6 years old.
So the ref stops the match, lets him get his mouthpiece back, and the ref, it's 2002. They're not paying attention to shit. They reset the match back on the feet. Like that was genius.
That's amazing.
That was fucking genius.
At 6 years old.
At 6 years old, he knew to do that
Devious.
with no training at all. I'm like, that is smart.
Could have been
That
the
is
best.
smart. He could have been an IBJJF world champion.
Advantage his way to the top, man.
Yeah.
My goodness.
All right. So you started at that Henzo's.
Yeah.
And
That's
then what
the first.
happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was there for a year and a half. It was I met a lot of interesting people in that building.
The methadone clinic.
For sure. Yeah.
There would be a lot of like transvestites, people
Holy
being like
shit.
telling me to stay in school, and I'd be like, okay,
You got it.
yeah, you got it.
Holy shit.
And then, so you were at Henzo's, but you ended up at Marcelo's, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
How did that transition happen?
How did that happen? Yeah, just a lot of stuff.
If you don't mind me
bunch of-
asking,
yeah.
we can always cut anything out as well.
No, it's all
Yeah,
good.
it's
I thought there was a lot of politics.
A bunch
there's-
of just shit. Like if you're at a spa long enough, eventually, I don't know.
Yeah.
something.
No, honestly, what happened, and you guys could do whatever you want with it. Like,
Yeah.
there was people that were coming into Henzo's, especially like Brazilians, that just like weren't good people, and they would just kind of let them in and give them jobs teaching somewhere. I always remember there was one guy who came in this like straight off the boat from Brazil guy.
sure, yeah.
And he would like act very nice, and then he would like hurt people in training. Right.
Like a
I don't know,
bad
I
training
think he's
partner.
in jail now, by the way. So,
fuck.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I remember he was like footlock. This is before anyone knew how to defend footlocks. But he was like popping a bunch of people in training, a bunch of guys that like I like training with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember it was like day 3 or 4 of him hurting someone, and I go up to his translator. I'm like, man, what the fuck? What are we doing here? And this guy was a black belt. I was a brown belt, and I remember
But how old are you there?
I was like probably 18.
Okay, so you've been at Henzo's for a long
I've been
time.
at Henzo's for a long time, so
Oh,
I was
okay.
pretty
Wow.
well established.
Okay.
You've been there
And-
for like it sounds like 10
8
years.
years.
8
Yeah.
years now at this point.
I probably spent like 10 years there.
10 years.
At Henzo's.
At Henzo's.
And who
Yeah,
was your
yeah,
main
yeah.
instructor there?
So I went to John a lot, but he wasn't my main guy because he was focusing a lot on MMA at that point. He was working with guys like GSP,
Chris Weidman.
Other guys I'm not thinking of. Frankie Edgar used to pop in from time to time. So that like jiu-jitsu wasn't like his full attention at that moment. So like I kind of had to rely on a lot of the Brazilians in the room. But yeah, so there was just some issues with some guys there, pretty much.
For sure.
Yeah.
It was mostly gi, right? At that
It was
point?
almost all gi.
You had to have been the best guy there. Like, gi guy there at least,
I
right?
imagine.
I'd imagine.
I mean, I was still really young, so probably not. But amongst like the color belts and everything like that, I was definitely on the way up, for sure.
Yeah.
Damn, Henzo's was so different before I got there. I mean, you were there. We got there at the same
We
time.
got there at the same
right?
time,
Yeah.
pretty much.
What a
But you
different-
were a brown belt already, no?
I was like purple,
Purple
and then
belt?
I got the brown, and then John was like, "Meh."
Yeah. okay.
something. Yeah,
They
but
got mad that you got the brown belt,
from
right?
Firas, he's like, "Oh, too soon" or something.
How long did it take you to get your brown belt?
I was a purple belt for like 4 months, I think.
But
But then,
How
how
lo-
long were you a brown belt for?
years.
But
Yeah,
how
like
long did it
3
take
or
you
something, too.
to get from white to brown?
From white to brown?
I was a white belt when we were at Henzo's.
Fuck. I honestly, I don't know. From white to brown, maybe like 6 years. 6 years, yeah.
Wow, holy shit!
I don't know. I don't
thought
know if
that-
that's true.
You just
Something
saying
like
shit?
that. It feels like 6 years.
That doesn't seem too long. I thought you were gonna say like 3.
From white to brown?
I thought that's why John was getting mad.
Could be 3. Let's
have
go
no
with 4.
idea?
Let's go with 4.
4? That's a good
sounds,
guess.
4 sounds more right. Yeah. 4. 4 years.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, man.
So same time at Henzo's. You were a black belt already when I came to Henzo's, and I heard legends about you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you miss the DDS?
I did just miss that. Yeah. I remember I was telling you guys the other day, I used to train with Eddie Cummings in the gi.
Dude,
And like where he knew nothing but like straight ankle locks. He's like, oh, he's that guy who just has
He's
some
the ankle lock guy.
nice straight ankle locks, a
Yeah.
decent guard, trains in the gi once in a while. It was, just kind of this random guy, and then the next time I trained with him, I remember years later, I'm like, oh, you're different.
Wow.
So when was the first time you trained with Eddie?
Man, it must have been like 2010, 2011. Yeah, and it was like a random gi session
At Henzo's,
at
right?
Henzo's.
At Henzo's?
Yeah.
Fuck. And then he
And then
became...
never again.
And then never again. So like the first session, it was like, ow, my feet, or like...
Yeah,
did it take
I don't
time?
even think
Yeah.
wasn't even that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. You know,
Okay,
that's pretty
yeah.
tight, but nothing even like
Nothing crazy.
remotely what it became.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The monster that he became.
He's awoken.
It's a funny story that.
Yeah.
So I came from Gary's, and then Gary would bring us to Henzo's, or bring like students, like the guys that want to train more, bring us to Henzo's, and every single person that he brought from New Jersey got broke by Eddie at least once.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
not a single person that did not get popped by Eddie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I learned a
insane.
lot
I have
training with
no
this
doubt.
guy, but like
I learned a lot too.
yeah, I remember like coming close to catastrophic injuries like
All the time.
pretty much every session with him. But
Insane.
yeah, I
with
wonder
that
where he's
guy.
at now, man.
Oh,
I
did
don't
you used to
know.
train with
Yeah.
Gary?
I trained with Gary back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
And was that in the gi as well, or no
Gi, no gi, we kind of went back and forth. It was probably mostly gi at that point, but yeah, I trained a good amount. I loved training with Gary. I thought it was awesome.
Super
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
liked more for sure.
Crazy rounds.
Yeah.
We were talking about it. It'd be sick to see Gary and J Rod
Dude,
scrap.
Gary and J
That'd
Rod
be
rounds
insane.
would be like the highlight reels we see today that those
Oh,
two
dude,
would put together.
it'd be
You would need
glorious.
half the mat.
It'd be glorious.
They'd need like two gyms.
They need the alley.
Need the alley.
The
Yeah,
alley.
that's the only way that match takes place. Yeah, in the alley.
Yeah.
Fuck, that'd be crazy. So you just missed the DDS. So that you left around what year? Would you say
Was that like 2013, I believe?
2013?
2013,
and then
so it was, like,
straight
right
to
before.
Marcelo's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, and it worked for me at that time just because I was a gi guy. More guys had similar goals. I felt like I didn't have to do everything on my own. Like I said, John wasn't really into it at that point.
It's
And
more MMA sort of.
It was more
yeah.
MMA oriented. So I was like, all right, let me try to go somewhere that like more like in Marcelo.
Everyone's doing
Marcelo
what I'm
was-
trying to do. There's like
Exactly.
competitors like-minded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, Marcelo's. Bro, I remember watching so
wait,
much.
wait.
Oh, what?
Didn't you used to sneak into Marcelo's?
No.
You wear that hat?
I should, yeah.
Wasn't it you?
To
You used to tell
Marcelo's?
me that
No.
in the beginning they didn't want you cross training. So
Unity.
oh, Unity.
No, I've never been in Marcelo's.
Okay, wait.
But yeah.
Tell this. Do a little tangent about
Okay,
this.
so I remember because we all knew Murillo very well, right? He would come up and train with
In
Faraz.
TriStar, you're saying?
Yeah, TriStar,
Okay.
yeah. And the only way I could get to New York without like flying or paying for a train ticket was to get a lift with Eamon. And Eamon is very good friends with Murillo. Like Faraz and Eamon are very good friends.
Oh, I didn't
with
know
Murillo. Murillo's the head coach.
You know
of
Murillo
Unity.
Santana? Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Is
nice-
that his name? Murillo Santana?
Shanker.
Shanker, deep voice. He's a really nice guy to me. Not to that one person, but he's a really nice person,
Just
bro.
the voice of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
He's his voice. Oh my god,
Crazy.
You should have a radio show or something.
bro. He should.
But go on.
So how did I knew I was gonna train because at this point I still wanted to do gi and no gi, and I'm like, the gi is really good at Unity, but the no gi is really good at Henzo. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna train at 12, no gi at Henzo's or something, and then like gi at Unity at night. But I remember, I think I either like Eamon or maybe Nikki told me like, yeah, don't tell John what you're doing because they'll say choose a gym and then you can't do that. So I'm just like, okay, I won't.
Just never said anything?
Just kept doing it. No, and then at one point I think like someone's like, yeah, you just don't do that. And I was like, okay, I won't, and did it. It was fine. It was fine. I mean, both
Wild.
places were super cool, and then I just ended up like I think I won trials, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna do no-gi. So
You were doing that up until trials.
not right up until trials, but like close to trials, and then once like it was like maybe a month out, I'd be all right, I need to focus more on no-gi.
Wow.
That was it.
And this was at Unity's original place, right?
Yeah,
There's
the tiny place. It was disgusting.
It was
but It was
disgusting.
really cool. Like I thought that was the coolest shit ever. Like this New York hole in the wall in some giant building. You just fucking like I didn't think jiu-jitsu could be in that kind of spot. I don't know. Thought it was always.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
You never been to Unity, right?
Never been.
No.
Dude, it was
You know
like
what I mean.
They would like blast the heat, close the windows. You'd have like puddles in gi sessions, which is saying a lot.
It was gnarly.
And I'm like, so you guys, how do you guys deal with skin infections? Like, oh, we don't get any here. As they're like pushing puddles.
They
like,
get
there's
them.
no
they just
way.
don't. You don't talk about them because
just-
you're wearing a gi. No one sees. That's
Yeah.
it.
I remember. Is Unity the same gym that they were doing?
Hosing off the.
Going in the shower with their gis and then going onto the mats the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I showered in that shower.
Wow, man.
With
That's
the gi in?
insane.
No. I
Yeah,
showered
and
normal.
well, actually, they would like jump in the shower between the rounds to like cool off,
It's insane.
and then just no, they wouldn't dry.
just go
themselves.
right
They just
back
run
up.
onto the
Walk
mats,
right
back on.
It
I
was
never saw that. I went there a few
crazy.
times too.
I saw that on
never
flow, but I never saw that in person. Yeah.
That's where I saw
Yeah.
it. Bro,
Wild.
your hands fucked up from the gi.
a little bit.
Yeah.
You have some big ass hands.
yeah.
Look.
Yeah, you got a good
crazy.
knuckle.
Yeah.
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 brother.
Do they hurt?
They don't hurt as much as they used to because I haven't done the gi.
Because you've been doing no gi.
Yeah.
My hands are saved.
How the gi
temporarily.
fucks up your hands, right? There's
Fuck
like
yeah.
no avoiding it. I feel like.
Yeah, you get your grips broken enough.
Yeah, your fingers. Just,
I had a certain point where like every time someone broke a grip, it really hurt.
Yeah.
You rely on the finger tape and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
that was needed after a while.
The chicks that do gi, their hands, gnarly hands.
It blends in on a guy, you know. It's
Yeah,
like, oh,
it's no
it's,
big deal.
it's
It's
a
like, oh,
dude's
it's a-
hand.
It's a
Yeah.
masculine thing.
It's a ma- yeah.
But for women, it's like it's rough.
Come on.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right. So those were the Unity days. What did I interrupted though
Sorry.
before I went on the tangent. What were we just talking about before? Marcelo. No, I didn't sneak into
Marcelo.
I've never been into Marcelo's. I almost did with Taza a while. Oh,
Yeah.
Did you train with Taza and Gi?
You know what I was gonna bring up? I did
Yeah.
train with Taza like once in the gi.
Where?
Oh, just once at Marcelo's,
at,
right?
At Marcelo's, yeah.
He used to go to Marcelo's too?
Yeah, he
I went to
he was
Unity,
a
was a
go to
bit of a gi
Marcelo's.
guy for a little while.
I know he was a gi guy, but I didn't know he went to Marcelo's.
I remember
Wow.
just
okay.
a few
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
He was kind of a quiet guy that I never really spoke to, but he would
Yeah.
just jump in the sessions.
Yep.
Yeah, he was fun. Although I remember I always
Yeah.
remember the one thing I remember about training with him was one time it was in the gi. It was like before Worlds or something like that. We were training. I think I was getting the better of him in the round, like getting positions and getting some submissions I wanted. And then at the very end, he like shot a single leg or something. I was defending it. After the round ended, the only thing he could say was like, "Good defense." I'm like, "Fuck you, man! I just attacked you for 10 minutes."
You defended that single leg well, though.
And I defended for 10 seconds on that single leg.
Trying to get in your head. He's
all
trying to
that-
win mentally, you know?
That's all that you got out of that. That bugged me, but it was okay. He's a nice guy.
Taza.
so funny. That's so.
That was like 10 years ago. I still just remember that moment.
still-
That's what
being
you
like,
remember? Yeah. Nice guy though. Nice guy though.
nice guy. Yeah, he's great.
Very,
Yeah,
very
he's great
nice
training.
guy, but I was just like,
If he sees this, yeah, cool. Yeah,
it's really cool.
Dude, I remember he would do
These
like
guys
Puerto
almost
Rico.
fist fought once.
We did almost fist fight.
Yeah,
I got
like,
really pissed at him.
a side
But
shot.
fucking, I remember in Puerto Rico when he would get taken down, he would up kick. Do you remember this?
He would do this to Craig. Yeah.
Yes, he would like up kick for his life to
Yeah.
get up.
Craig's
I'm
like,
Jesus
fuck,
Christ.
it's like I'm trying to rape you, mate. Some shit like that.
Fucking hell. Sick rounds though. Sick rounds.
Marcelo's, and you were you were at Marcelo's right up until, I guess, like Marcelo or no, when I don't even know.
I just stopped going after COVID. Pretty much.
Oh, really?
Pretty much all the guys that I was regularly training with all kind of did their own thing.
They all went off.
Who are your main
Yeah.
training partners?
I mean, a lot of big guys. So I remember.
Deniz,
So I'll get like Deniz, which after a while, there's only so many times I really want to train with him.
Yeah.
Dylan Danis, there was Mancher, there was John Sateva, there was Marcos Tinoco. There was a lot of like, there was some guys my size that maybe you wouldn't know as much. But
What do you weigh?
I'm like 155. Walking around usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cut much?
Not too much.
Yeah.
Not too much. If I get down to 45, it's not too bad.
What's your ideal competition weight? Like, what do you love to compete at?
I think 55 is a good weight.
Yeah.
Where I
You
just
just
don't
don't
even
wanna-
don't even have to.
Yeah.
Less for me to think about.
Do you lift?
Not too much. I do a lot of like body weight workouts. I'm fine with that, and then I just do a lot of like rock climbing.
Rock climbing.
That's really,
Yeah, that's
oh,
fun.
You're in the right
Yeah.
city for it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
You do it around here?
Man, I've been here for a week. I haven't gone once, but it's,
yeah.
I can't figure out my day.
Yeah. Austin Builder Project, really popular.
Yeah. Big
Yeah.
rock climbing culture out here.
Yeah, there is.
A lot of hippies.
Have you done
That's what I
outside?
hear. I've heard that too.
Have you done outside rock climbing, like on real?
No, people send me too many crazy reels of outdoor climbing when
people
things go
die.
wrong. I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? Let me just have the padded floors, and it's a little safer. I'm like, let me treat myself like somewhat of a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Not do anything stupid.
Not going motocross. Not doing
I
motocross.
stay safe.
Wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Jay and Nicky Rod would ride their dirt bikes, and then Jay broke his collarbone.
No, this was
once.
a mountain bike.
was a regular
wow! It was
yeah,
a
Regular
mountain
pedal
bike.
bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just it was really Jay's fault because we were just mountain biking regularly, right? And then we come across jumps, and I'm like looking at it, and Jay's like, "You gonna do it?" I'm like, "No, like I'm a professional athlete. I'm not gonna."
Yeah,
jump.
if I fall, I'm gonna get fucked up, and
he's
it's gonna
like,
cost me money.
And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna do it." I was like, "All right, well." Then he does it, then I do it, and before you know, we just start jumping every day. And he's not that good at jumping. I'm much better than him because I just have more time on it. And then he crashes out one day and shreds his collarbone. And that was the end of that. Yep. It was good while
Now
I
they
was
bought
really
trucks.
shrunk.
Now they're doing it in trucks.
Well, they did.
It's way
Much
safer.
safer.
Yeah,
They went from mountain
Actually,
bikes
probably is.
Yeah,
and
air
then
bikes.
got dirt bikes right after that. And
So
then
you didn't
got
learn your
trucks.
lesson. He didn't learn his lesson from that. Just stepped it up even more.
The lesson is
Yeah.
that we need to go faster. Then we'll not fall.
It's the machine.
Yeah, it's the bike's
Yeah.
fault.
I don't know. The theory was that we respect their bikes more because it's machinery, but it's a skill thing. Like he has to get better.
Has to do it more.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Yeah. I just have more time. I also studied like how to jump and stuff and land and stuff like that. So
You studied the blade.
I did. I studied the blade, so I'm more proficient.
So you think you're like the more studious one, and Jarod's more the one that just want to just go right into it?
Yeah, I don't think he. Like, I don't even know if he watches like tape or anything like that. I think he just kind of
On mountain biking?
No, like
No,
Just
just jujitsu.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Okay, yeah.
I think he just kind of wings it and like whatever he learns in class, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Do you watch tape?
I do sometimes. I don't ever watch. I feel like he does. He like when I train with him, he's like, "Hi, random visitor."
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, he doesn't.
Bro, yeah.
He doesn't know people. Like
That's okay.
You didn't know like Imanari, right?
No, who's the guy that
Mendez.
Craig made his name off of?
Leandro Lowe.
Oh,
Yeah,
Leandro Lowe,
we're talking
yeah.
about him like Leandro Lowe like 2 years ago, and Jim's like,
Jay's like,
"Who is that?"
yeah.
And Craig was like, "This is the guy that made my career."
That's true.
Yeah,
Doesn't know the Mendez brothers. He doesn't know doesn't know fucking anyone.
yeah.
Sometimes it's okay not to know everything.
I guess, yeah. It's just less involved in it.
I like to learn. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
When so you left Marcelo's around COVID,
Yeah.
and then straight to Jersey, like
Yeah,
Bodega, right?
yeah. So what? I mean, I don't like to say I left. If everyone stuck together, who knows?
would've
Maybe
stayed-
maybe
yeah.
I'd still be there. But
it was just time for people to kind of go. So you're like,
yeah,
all right,
and also
we're going.
the gym was closed for a year.
Oh, wow,
you know,
yeah.
so it's like you're gonna figure out different situations in that year. I'm
We're
not just
gonna
gonna
not train.
I'm
yeah.
not gonna not train for a
Exactly,
year and
yeah.
just wait for you to open up.
Yeah.
you know, and I think even when they did open up, New York was so crazy. It was like
So they
you know-
were closed, but they didn't. You guys still didn't train.
no. I found training.
Okay.
I figured it out.
You could have came to we were training.
We were
We
training.
boarded up the windows. It was sick.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
like-
we boarded up the windows.
Oh well, they did.
They
Maybe you
did.
guys would have let me in. I don't know if everyone else would have let me in.
I have no
It would have
idea.
been great. I was stuck training with Nicky Rod, Craig, and Gordon for like a
Yeah.
month. It was.
Do you think I want to join that?
I would have been great for us, bro? We could have got some.
Dude, stick together. It's light guys
Yeah.
stick together.
Exactly.
When did you
man.
switch from gi to no gi?
Dude, yeah, so after COVID or during COVID, I started training with the Meows. They were very gi heavy. That session, that group was awesome.
Yeah.
Because it was a bunch of light guys.
Yeah,
It was the
sick.
Meows, and then there was like trickled in some other lighter guys
Allison
too.
was there, right?
Who, he popped in every once in a while.
Oh, okay.
He's like the third Meow you're talking about?
The smaller
Who?
meow.
The
yeah.
third,
Falcon
like more
Suarez.
well put together.
Yeah,
one.
more normal.
There's
meow.
a third meow.
they're
there
not
isn't,
an actual meow.
But he looks a lot
Like
like
it?
them.
I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
but
anyways,
so,
because they left Unity, and Marcelo's was closed, so we all kind of like banded together and
Cool.
did our own thing. And yeah, what was it? I think it was before that Emerald City Invitational. Remember me and you in Atlantic City?
we don't talk about that here.
Well, I don't even
He
know.
defeated me in battle.
I say, I know.
Man, there was some funny shit before that match too.
What happened?
No, you don't remember?
Oh, you fucking shredded someone's. Wait, what was
Let's
that? The
not.
funny shit?
Well, we don't have to. Yeah, I shredded
lead
someone's
into
knee. You shredded someone's shoulder, and I was like, "Please let
Yes.
that go viral so he can look like the bad guy."
Dude, they
I'm
were
trying
getting
to-
mad at you.
They were getting mad.
Bro, he ripped. He ripped.
grip-
Do you remember this?
Call him Grippo.
They call him. They call me Gianni Grippo.
You're like
Yeah,
standing
he
over the guy ripping a
he had
heel,
like
right?
what do you have? Like an outside.
It was like a
ashi?
butterfly ashi type of thing where like
And he just
the
caught
one
the
leg
heel
was on the
across the
outside,
hip
one leg
and-
was on like on the,
Yeah.
it was hidden or something, and he just rips this thing.
I remember I did it and I didn't think much of it in the moment, and then like as I'm leaving, everyone's looking at me really strange. I'm like,
Isn't
did I
that
do
the
something?
point of
So I
competition?
went
Bro,
back
they
to-
don't. I was like, I mean, I thought it was sick, but people were like genuinely
I went back to the video. I'm like, oh shit.
It's fine.
Someone's
man.
gonna say something about that,
Dude.
Yeah.
See,
But
you gotta
then you
think
hit
the
that
opponent's gonna
Kimura
look to
on
break
that
him.
dude.
yeah. Then
And I was like, let that. Come on, that's worse. That's even no.
what is
it
that
was
on?
worse.
I ripped a Kimura on fucking
Richard Alarcon.
Richard Alarcon. Yeah. I fucking grabbed the Kimura and I literally just ripped it as hard as I could behind his back. But
Emerald City brings out the fucking.
dude, it was
dog,
wild.
you know?
I was like a purple belt. I was like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm fucking trying to win this shit.
This guy was fucking scary. I remember we fought in the semis, and they didn't have like two separate areas for the competitors. We were
it's
like
just
stuck
one
together,
fucking
like as you
bullpen.
walk out.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
remember like right before he's like, he's getting super pumped. I'm sure you guys see it in him in his zone,
jerking off aggressively.
semen hands, semen hands. And he's like right next to me. He's like, time to fuck up this motherfucking bitch. And
I used to say that.
And I just go like this. I'm like,
Is that
hello.
Is that me?
I am right here.
I am that fucking bitch. All right.
Well, the way I get pumped up now is very different. Like I do the exact opposite. I'm pretty like stoic. Like you've seen me like behind. I'm pretty stoic.
Time to get fucked up.
When I
What?
was younger, or like when I was coming up, I wanted to pump myself up. So I'm like, this motherfucker doesn't got shit on me. He fucking sucks. I'm gonna fucking smoke this guy.
exactly.
Fucking hilarious.
I'm like, he's an angry little man.
Wow, yeah,
man,
man.
Emerald City. We were in Puerto Rico at this point, right?
Puerto Rico at this
Thank
point.
you, yeah.
Yeah. And then we fucking make it out the distance. And then riding time. You beat me in riding time.
Yeah.
Fucking
the bag.
tough, man.
Yeah.
That was sick. And then who'd you fight in the
I
finals?
fought Kennedy.
Kennedy.
That's where I feel like I've been around forever, where I fight Cobrinha
And then Kennedy.
and then Kennedy.
Holy
So I fought
shit.
father and son duo.
Wow.
I couldn't beat his dad, so at least I beat the kid.
There you go.
Shit,
Yeah.
Good shit. Fuck, what's Kennedy up to now?
He did ADCC last, right? He did.
Oh, he did ADCC?
Yeah,
I forget
he
now.
lost. He lost to Cisneros, I think.
Oh, sick.
His
sick.
little-
Oh, before I forget,
a
we
weird
have a
one,
gift
but-
for you.
Oh, nice.
Oh fuck yeah.
All right, so this episode is brought to you by Anaconda Fightwear. Now, since you are a gi guy, we don't want to expose any other injuries that you may or may not have. So this is for your wrist.
Oh, this is gonna be much appreciated.
Yeah.
It's ambidextrous, so we don't know which one you're gonna.
Yeah. You can just hold it. You can also use
might
it.
fit my thumb, but
We'll give you a different size if
Yeah.
need
That's
be.
good.
But this is Anaconda Fightwear, the best jiu-jitsu braces in the game. They have a
Keep you in
strap so
one piece,
it doesn't move. We might have to get you a different size.
Let's see.
Or maybe we have to give you a different injury.
This is for Lewis.
Here's for your shoulder.
Not that it hurts or anything.
yeah.
no, it's my shoulders are fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, whole body's fine, but we wanted to give it to you guys.
thank you.
Also, thanks to our sponsors, Anaconda Fightwear, the absolute best braces in the game. They have straps so they don't actually move. You can still train full time with it.
Promote blood flow.
Promotes blood flow. New 3D technology.
Very nice.
3D printing.
3D printed technology. There
Yeah.
we go. But
Fuck
yeah, so
yeah.
shout out to Anaconda Fightwear. Thank you for supporting the podcast.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Good segue. Now, get down to brass tacks. Continue.
You guys want to hear a quick little story? You guys like? You ever want to hear an AJ Agazarm story?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Just for shits
For
and
shit, you gotta
giggles,
get one in,
you
yeah.
know. Anyways, so this was 2021. We're at Nogi Worlds, right? Me and this ex, this former girlfriend of mine, we just finished up day one. We're about to go out to go eat. We're both vegan. I'm sure you guys can.
Oh, we have to talk about that.
Yeah, yeah. We'll get to that after. Yeah,
Okay. Well, anyways, we're about to leave, and as we're waiting for a ride, AJ and Rich Byrne from Kasai,
Oh,
they're
Rich
hanging
Byrne.
out. They're hanging out together.
What year is this?
This is 2021.
2021.
You're a bad listener.
I
It's
forget. I'm a forgetter.
It doesn't
I
really
listen,
matter.
but I
the
forget.
year. It doesn't really matter.
2021 Nogi Worlds.
It doesn't really matter the year anyway. But we're leaving, and I'm talking to Rich, right? We're leaving. I'm talking
Yeah.
to Rich. AJ starts talking to my girlfriend, and it's fine. You know, I have no like.
Fuck that.
No, it's
Let's
not
fight.
fine.
I
It's
don't
not
like it.
fine.
I don't like it.
Anyways,
I don't like
all I
it.
hear on the side, I'm like kind of just keeping an eye on them, and he's like, "Oh, you're vegan? So am I. I'm vegan too." And I'm still talking to Rich, but I'm still like
Yeah,
listening.
you got
and
an ear on this.
yeah,
Yeah,
I got an ear on this.
He's like,
He's like, yeah, I've been vegan like 5-6 years, and like she is deep vegan, and he starts telling her the benefits of it and like what you should be eating and how you should be like supplementing. And I'm like, I'm listening to this. I'm like, this sounds like bullshit, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't say for sure. I let it go. She has no idea who AJ is, so I kind of have to tell her a little bit about him, give some backstory.
He's not vegan. He's lying. He's fucking lying. I saw him eat a burger.
We come back to the venue the next day, and I see Rich Byrne. I'm like, oh, so you went to dinner with AJ, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, where'd you guys go? He's like, we went to a ribs place. Yeah. I'm like, AJ told her that she's vegan, that he's vegan. Like, what did he have there? He's like, we had a full rack of ribs.
Nice.
Like,
it was vegan
this
ribs.
was like blatantly like can't
Just
even hide it.
bullshitting.
Yeah, just absolute bullshitting. Yeah, I'm like,
oh my god.
There are like endless stories of
a lot of
AJ
AJ
doing
stories.
shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't mad. I'm just like, sounds about right.
Yeah, yes, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
on par.
Just on par,
So-
exactly.
I forgot. How did you become vegan? That was a huge surprise to us when we found out.
For 3 years you've been a vegan, right?
Yeah.
And
So, yeah.
how did that happen? What was the reason? Do you feel it's better now? Like how? Like, give us a rundown.
I don't even know. I think it was something like I always just wanted to try. I always just wanted to
Really?
experiment with it. And you see a few documentaries, you watch a few horrible things about what they do to animals. It's not like it was even really mainly about that, but that kind of scares you away a little bit as well. And I just kind of wanted to see how I'd feel. You know, I felt like maybe my balance when I was eating meat wasn't ideal.
What do you mean? Your balance?
Like balance, like I felt like maybe I was taking in too much meat, dairy, and not
Okay.
enough of like vegetables.
Oh,
and
you're
stuff like
your
that.
balance in diet.
My balance and diet.
For
yes.
a second, I thought you meant
I
like
thought it
your-
was like this.
Yeah.
Probably my balance too, you know, for all I know. So I was always
Okay.
curious about it. This girl I met, she was a vegan as well, so she was able to kind of like introduce me to it.
So
and
you
kinda,
were not vegan before, and you meet this girl, and then you became vegan.
kind of yes.
Okay.
You know, but it helped. It helped. You know, you need to know.
AJ almost did the same thing.
You need
For
to,
those 5 minutes, he
you
was
need to
vegan,
know
yeah.
people. You need to know people. I didn't want to go in. There's ways you can mess it up, and you can make your health
For
even
sure.
worse if you don't do it right.
You need a supplement B12, right? Is that
Yeah.
Is that the thing? Do
That's
you do that?
important. Yeah, I do. You know, no.
Just like in like capsules or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so she was kind of able to give me the proper guidelines so that
Yeah,
I
the
wouldn't
rundown.
go in and just like crash and feel like shit.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
can
God.
get fucked up.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
B12, yeah.
And
Yeah, go on.
honestly, like I feel better. I feel like my recovery time is better, with especially not even the meat. It's more cutting out the dairy that I felt like has been beneficial for me. I don't know. I
They
don't.
say dairy's a huge inflammatory thing.
Yeah.
I always like to. I don't know the like proper terms for it, but I just felt like between rounds I'd be doing a lot of like heavy breathing. I'd be like,
Your gas is better. You
yeah,
said. Like,
But I feel like cutting out the dairy. Yeah, you're heavy breathing after hard rounds, but just not nearly as much.
You do
as
have
it
good
used to.
cardio. You scrap the 10 minutes like fucking
Just- yeah,
back
yeah,
to back
for
to
real,
back.
yeah.
Playing guards
an
easy.
hour every day.
I
Playing
think
guards
style is
spinning on your
definitely-
spinning on your
Still,
back for
man,
10 minutes.
Still,
that's easy.
yeah.
That's
I
easy
remember,
shit.
I remember like a few days or earlier in the week, we trained. Then you trained with Ethan, and then you trained with Jay, and then you still had like maybe
I
like
didn't ask
Sean
for
or
that,
something
by
after
the
that. I was like, Jesus
it was
Christ.
great. Yeah, we're like Gianni's
Like,
here. We're
wow.
gonna try to like get rounds. It's
Yeah.
fucking-
Well, obviously
yeah.
everyone wants to train for sure.
yeah.
No, I love that.
So okay, so you feel like your gas improved after switching to being vegan. How soon did that happen? Like, did you notice it?
it probably took me about like a year or so.
A year
Oh, wow.
To really feel like
a difference.
yeah, to feel a difference.
Fuck.
Shit.
I
Well,
could not do that.
yeah, it's tough. I'm on day 2 of trying to not eat a ribeye every day, and it's not easy.
What'd you eat today?
Chicken.
Chicken's not as good.
It's
Still really good.
Chicken
but-
and fish, terrible.
no,
Steak,
fish
good.
is good. Salmon, come
Fish,
on.
fish is good
salmon's
fried.
flounder.
What's
Bread
not
and
good?
fried.
Do you
fried.
miss like not being vegan at all, or do you
No.
at this point you don't even think about it?
I didn't even
probably?
think about it.
Like a burger? You don't
I
miss a
think I
burger?
think one thing that also makes me nervous is that I also know if I were to go back to eating meat, my stomach would.
Oh,
hurt.
that's
Really?
terrifying.
I'm sure going like even one time I found out that there was like cheese already mixed into the pasta sauce, and I'm like, oh my god, what's this gonna do to my stomach?
Did you eat it?
I
Or-
ate it. I was okay. I lived.
and you were fine.
It's probably just a
All right.
shit it out not too long.
Yeah,
not too
all right.
long
That's
after.
I
He
did-
can't. He can't eat.
Oh yeah, I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't eat dairy?
I still do.
Oh, you still
He has to pump a lactase or something.
just ready to pay the consequences for
Well,
it?
I have I take lactase pills if I really want to go hard.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. But I did hear that like when you're vegan, you lose like some bacteria or something in your like gut. So then if you eat meat again, it could really make you sick, right? Like you have to get used to eating it again.
It's kind of my fear.
Like that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of ever trying it again, or you're just like
maybe like fish or something?
Yeah.
I know I'm probably missing out the benefits on that, but that's the extent of it. Like I said, I think after the last Brazilian steakhouse I went to, and I just felt like absolute crap after. Now that's an excessive amount of meat. But I just remember thinking like, I don't like this feeling. You know?
Damn. Well,
that's what I had. I had Fogo de Chao in between CJI. I did pretty much
day 1 and day 2.
Yeah, like so when
Did you?
Yeah, well,
oh my God.
well when I go,
I guess it's the right thing to do.
I forget now.
when I compete, I go red meat, mainly red meat, and then so CJI night before CJI 1, smash a steak and do my typical warm ups, do my matches, and then immediately after my second match, go to Fogo de Chao, fill up on mashed potatoes and steak.
Okay.
Go to sleep.
I wish I could feel like that. I wish I could eat like that and
Yeah.
feel all right.
I mainly eat red meat when I get closer to competition because important people say it's better for performance and stuff. So that's why I do it. Not the best for my blood work.
Yeah.
So year round, they eat mainly chicken, fish, stuff like that. But
then when it's
I think
go
about red
time-
meat all
When
the
it's
time.
go time, interesting.
When it's go time, yeah. And actually, my Whoop on days that I do have like a more red meat, like a steak or something like that, my Whoop strap actually says I have better recovery. So it's a bit interesting.
Do you use
Yeah.
a Whoop at all, or like any?
No, I need to get into that though because I hear it's
You've never
really helpful.
tried like any kind of heart rate monitoring thing while you're training? Or?
I have a good read on myself.
no.
I know my body pretty.
Yeah, right, buddy.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm having a heart attack.
like people are like, you're cutting weight. You're like, have you counting calories? I'm like, I just kind of have a good idea of what I
Yeah.
should and shouldn't
Wake
do.
up, yeah.
You know?
Wow, wow,
I
yeah.
think the Whoop
Just
is
it's very simple.
Call an
very
ambulance.
simple.
I think the
belong on
Whoop is
simple,
more
man.
most beneficial for tracking sleep. Makes you
Sleep's
maybe
great,
a bit more responsible about the sleep because you see like, oh, I went to bed at this time, I only got 6 hours of sleep. So you try to get a little bit more, and then it tells you some days you think you went really hard, and then your heart rate was only like 175 when you could get like 85, 188. So you're like, all right, maybe I can push a little bit harder. So you take a day or two to recover, try to push through that threshold to reach that that zone 5 heart rate, and then kind of just to get comfortable at being exhausted. But I think that's kind of the main benefits. of it.
Sleep and heart rate effort. Yeah.
I think the sleep for me too, because like, what time do you go to bed?
I try to go to bed around 11 something usually.
And then what time do you usually wake up?
About like 7:30. So I'm
Okay,
usually
okay.
getting close to 8 hours. There's a few days it's a little less, but it's not so bad.
So I used to think that I was getting like a certain amount of sleep, but then I realized with the Whoop that like if I went to bed at like 11, I technically like wasn't really falling asleep until roughly 12. And then when you wake up, I usually wake up at like, we'll say like 8:30 or 9. My body would technically be woken up like an hour. Like you lose an hour on either side. Do you guys notice that too?
I absolutely notice it. Yeah, like when I go to bed at like 11 versus go to bed at like laying down by like 9, 10, massive difference on how I feel. And it's only like an extra 45 minutes of sleep, because pretty much I wake up naturally at like 7:38. So like
Not 7:30, 8 o'clock, but 7:38.
Yeah.
On the minute.
I'd like 7:38. Yeah.
I've set my alarm for 7:38 before. It's okay.
7:38. It's a good time.
Yeah, I think that's just that's the best thing for Whoop is mainly the sleep.
Yeah.
I get that.
They should sponsor it.
They should.
That'd be great.
They should. So you've been at B Team a couple times before, but you were just there because you were competing in Austin. And then what made you come by for this trip now? I know you and Kevon came for the weekend, but you decided to stay. How'd that come about?
No, yeah, I've been wanting to, well, I'll be real. I'm very comfortable at home in my routine, but Kevon's been really pushing me to come out here just to kind of train with you guys, try to get a different feel. I love the way I structure my own thing.
For sure. You've
And
been doing it for
I'm someone who's
fucking-
like a very routine kind of guy.
Same, yeah.
But he's like, no, Gianni, I want you to come out. I want you to get the chance to train with different guys who are really high level and just kind of get that feel because nine and a half times out of 10, you know, back in Jersey, like I'm the best guy in the room. So sometimes I do realize, like, yeah, you can get good sessions, but you're not really able to push the way you'd be able to with
sure.
like
For
a lot of high level guys in the room.
It makes you sharper because, like, you know, if you make a mistake here, like, you're gonna get punished for it.
Yeah, and I got punished with it a couple times this week, but that was very eye opening to me, where I could get away with a lot of stuff at home.
Yeah.
You know, so it was good for me to have that experience this week.
For me, a lot of my guys here at B Team, it makes me aware of, like, how important the grip fighting is. Like, if I let a guy get a 2-on-1, I have to address it immediately. If not, like, you're getting off balance, getting close, getting swept. So I feel like the early on grip fighting is, like, uber important, and a lot of people don't recognize that.
Yeah, sometimes I can get lazy with that for sure. So that was definitely one thing that I took from this week. Yeah.
Dude, it's sick too because it's like there's you, me, Ethan, there's J Dog, like there's a lot of Wojcik, a lot of like lighter guys, 88, 77,
Mateo,
66.
too, is too bad.
Oh,
Where's he
Mateo,
been?
fuck, he's had staff.
Oh, really? Shit.
Yeah, it'd be cool for you to train with
Have you
Mateo.
seen him at, like, we posted?
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah. I've seen it.
crazy
I
good,
was actually looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to training with him. But
Next time.
I'll be out again. I've really
Dude,
liked it out
yeah,
here.
yeah, definitely make trips
It's
out.
been a good week.
Yeah, it's fucking been
sick.
great for us too, man. We're learning
Yeah.
a lot training with you, so it's,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Such a,
I'll make it more
such a-
regular.
Such a tricky guard too that you
put
play.
Roman unconscious.
Oh, this is sick. This is sick.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's Roman's fault.
it
Yeah,
is
Roman's-
it is
I mean,
100% a Roman's
So
fault.
Gianni's got a fucking world class head and arm
Real
squeeze.
quick. So
yeah.
a couple one of my instructors from B Team New Jersey, Sean, will come and
Oh,
train
yeah.
with you guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then him and Sean came to visit B Team here, and they were like, "Oh yeah, dude, Gianni's arm triangle is like phenomenal." And I'm like, "Fuck, I don't have like a good arm triangle." So as soon as I see Gianni here, I'm like, "Hey, I want to ask you some questions about an arm triangle because, I'm not too good at it, and I think it's good for MMA. I think like you'll get there a lot in MMA."
Yeah.
And he's like showing me some of his tricks that he does, and then Roman is pretty tough to strangle. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right,
He's hard to strangle from anywhere. So an arm triangle especially is like, yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, all right, can you strangle Roman? Can we see? And then he's like, yeah, sure. So
No, he's not like, yeah, sure. He's like, yeah, sick, let's do it.
Okay.
It's like, yeah,
Roman, that's
you do
Roman.
it right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then we have Gianni perform an arm triangle on Roman, and it had to have been like 3 seconds in. I look at him and I'm like, he looks kind of limp.
His arm goes from this to like,
And then I think we both say, he might be out.
yeah.
And then
I forget who said it for one of us is like, yeah, he
I would
might be
say
out
me.
right now. Probably me. Probably.
And then I was like, he might be out. And then Gianni lets go. And then he's just shaking on the floor, unconscious. I'm like, oh my God.
he's like, yeah, I thought my hand was here.
That was hilarious.
Unconscious, man.
Yeah, as I'm doing it, I'm like, oh wow, he's really resilient to this. Wow, he's ready to die.
Yeah, he was. He's like, kill me.
He's still tough to tap. He just doesn't tap.
He
He just
didn't
gets put to
tap.
sleep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't really feel like I actually
You didn't get him.
proved it. I didn't get him.
He'd be
still
dead.
going.
You didn't submit it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm ready to die. You can't tap me.
I did realize that with J-Rod too. The next day, the issue was he was like this.
Yeah, he just keeps it.
But I'm thinking, is this the point? Am I supposed to try to finish him with the hand there? If it were me, I'd be trying to push that hand across. So I'm
What do you mean?
No, I mean okay, I'm not gonna adjust the position. I'm gonna see if I can just finish him with the defense.
You would
Okay,
try to
okay.
finish it
How do
here?
you get the hand to you like push it out?
You can use your head or but I didn't want to let go because I'm like that feels like
Then you're like cheating.
it feels like it defeats the purpose
Well,
of
I mean,
what we're just
Jay's-
trying to do. I'm supposed to just hang on to that grip.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
I didn't
almost
know
put
that.
myself to sleep. I was squeezing so hard I wasn't even breathing. I'm like this would, and then I'm like, okay, let me
done that.
stop. This would not be good for the camera.
It's the key lock, right?
You can do the key lock, but then I mean that yeah.
Maybe I might not know just exactly how to do the key lock because every time I try it on J-Rod, like it just doesn't work. I'm probably doing it wrong.
Jay is.
You got it's just keeping your head in place. It's just keeping the head in place. You can grab the wrist and like pull the wrist like over your head.
Yeah, really.
But it's
Even
more
if
like your
he's,
head
like-
blocking it.
Even if he's strong.
So no, what ends up happening is either you finish that key lock, which is 9 times out of 10 you're not really going to get it. It's not.
Clear the arm.
But what happens is if you really try to pull hard, what's going to happen? These guys are like fighting back. So I usually let go of it like a slingshot, and usually their arm shoots back across their face.
Sick.
So you can use it as a setup to get their arm back across their head.
Finish the arm triangle.
And then you
Sick.
finish the arm triangle. Exactly.
Sick. So now you guys are at Bodega, right, in
Yeah.
Jersey. And so how are you structuring your training? how are you structuring, positional rounds or drilling or no drilling?
Yeah.
I know you guys do like the ecological approach a little bit, right?
Yeah. No, so that's. Oh, Kevon's gonna love this.
Oh, he's foaming at the mouth.
Unless I say the wrong stuff, then it could either go really good or really bad for him.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Are you doing this now, Gianni?" I'm like, "You're gonna talk good about us?" I'm like, yes, of course.
Say it.
He's like fast
Say what's on
forwarding
your
right now.
mind.
He's like, "Spread the word, Gianni. Spread the word." Yeah, but and a lot of people are surprised because I was such a huge drill guy for the longest time. But you just find different ways to learn. And
I remember hearing this. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
I remember
yeah.
hearing that you were like the biggest driller at Marcelo's. I remember Tazza telling me like, bro, this guy would drill before he'd
Really?
already be there drilling. He'd do the class and then he'd stay drill until I left. And
that's
you
why
were
my
just
single leg defense was really good against him.
Good defense.
gotta drill that single leg
Good
defense. Dude, that story is so funny.
Yeah.
So continue, please. You were
Yeah,
the biggest
yeah.
driller. You're the
Continue,
biggest
please.
driller. Yes.
Yeah, but you know what? Then I started like, Kevon follows a lot of like Greg Sauter's stuff, the guys from Standard, stuff like that. And at first I'm like, what's this stuff? Ecological, geographical stuff, I'm kind of like, what is this? And I remember going to like a few classes, like not pro session structured, but just a few regular classes. And for example, like, my stand up is very mid. It's
Wait, sorry.
yeah.
Where were you going a few classes?
Oh, I was going to Bodega just for a few classes, right?
I thought you owned Bodega.
That's what I would like to say, but
okay.
I just run practice. I run like pro practices there, and I'll teach there from time to time.
I got you. Okay,
it's not. I don't own it.
Okay.
Although so let's be clear with that. It is owned by Kevon because a lot of people do think I own it. And
I thought you guys were partners. I swear to God.
I thought that too. I don't know.
maybe someday I'm working my way in there.
Good shit. That's
Climb it up. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to do my own thing at some point. But Kevon's been a big help in that process.
Okay, sick.
But I remember like, so for example, like my stand up is whatever. And we did one situation. It was like starting with an underhook, just an underhook from the feet. And the only goal was to try to get your partner's hands or hips to the mat. And you do in any way that you can, so it's just kind of going in that situation. Every time the guy escapes his arm or you get the hands or hips to the mat, you reset. And I basically knew nothing. But being in that situation back and forth with your partner for 10 minutes and kind of like just feeling out the position gave me so many options by the end of that 10 minutes to where it even became a strength after working it a while. So I was like, oh, I like this, and that was pretty much it for me. If I find something that I feel like is kind of fresh and also will help me improve, I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm not going to, I feel like there's a lot of guys who you see, and maybe this is a reason why I've been able to be around for a while. It's like, I remember seeing this in the IBJJF tournaments all the time. Guys would lose the same way all the time because they were just so stubborn and unwilling to try to like expand. Certain guys, they would get just choked out by the same guy every time, just doing the same shit. So, if you're gonna be around long enough, got to be adaptable.
Yeah, you got to keep
And
improving.
just how I feel, like I just enjoy it. Sometimes I feel like I just got tired of drilling, to be honest.
Yeah. Now, I do have a
Bro, me
question
too.
because
I'm sick of drilling.
we're kind of sick of drilling. We were drilling for hours for years
With John.
with John. Yeah, but
Me and Ethan would drill the move like twice, and then we just
Bro, drilling with
just
Nicky Raw was
train.
my favorite.
Oh,
Whenever,
really?
Sometimes
you
you
in
just-
Puerto Rico? In Puerto
Yeah,
Rico?
we just train.
Yeah,
I had
no
a-
idea.
we would. Yeah,
real quick. I have a question though. We mentioned him before, Gary. Like,
dairy.
Gary.
Sorry,
Gary.
I'm like something about dairy and drilling.
We're going back to
Gary Tonin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there could be problems with dairy and drilling. But
Yeah.
I remember like back at Henzo's Saturday, I used to run like a comp class. It was a gi practice.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Gary
yeah.
used to come through. It was a long time ago. And I always remember
10
like
a.m.
we had
thing.
like I was, this was all I used to train with my idols were the Mendes brothers. They were all about drilling. So I'm like, that's my jam.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we'd have like a position of the month or like a technique of the month or the week or whatever it might be. And I remember I'd get so annoyed watching Gary do it or drilling with Gary because he could never do the same thing twice.
Oh, yeah.
Like he would just be all over the place. Say if it was a leg drag, it would never be the same.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like look how good his game became.
Yes.
Even with how he was,
For sure.
Creativity.
Creativity and ADHD.
Yep.
But
It's
he
a deadly
could never,
combination.
if John was teaching a technique, he was never able to do it right away. He would be like, "What are we doing again?"
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
every single time.
I would hear one last time, and then I'd look. All right, cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'd be scared to ask John, like, show it again or what are we doing? Oh,
I
that
really,
sound-
I
the
also
same.
never asked Sean
Yeah.
anything. I would just listen. I'd fucking daydream until he said, "All right, one more time."
Yes.
and then I'd look.
Now I do that, and whenever I teach, I'm like, okay, once again, and then I just do it. Yeah. Whenever I would hear John go, okay, once again, I'm like, oh.
Now it's time.
Yeah.
Wait, so crap. Oh yeah. Do you think the ecological approach really it works well with you now because you have years of drilling like under your belt?
That would make sense. You know, I think that definitely helps. But I also see people coming in that have never trained before, and we're actually able to put them through very limited situations and games where then all of a sudden, like, I'm not saying they're picking up stuff right away, but you see them actually grappling and looking
Really?
like, if you put enough constraints on it, they actually look like they know what they're doing.
Interesting.
And before you know it, they start figuring it out. You know, there's a few blue and purple belts at this gym that have basically never drilled, but they'll go out and compete well. You know, and so I'm always impressed to see that. And there's never like a set move that you put them in. It's just a set situation with certain goals in mind.
Like, for example, the situation that always comes to mind for me, it's like, it's hard for me to wrap my mind around like an inverted heel hook, like the finishing mechanics for inverted heel hooks or inside heel hooks. It's like, how do you play that game without drilling the true mechanics?
The game is to listen for a knee sound. You wait for the,
You know, like,
Yeah.
like with specific positions, like with that, I don't. What would you guys do for things like that?
You know, I'm probably not even the best person to ask for that either, but just like kind of my own thought is I like how the classes are structured because, you know, at this gym it's fairly new, it's fairly small. You know, there's levels to it as well. He'll put levels on the games to where like if you're new, all you have to do is just find a way to collect the toes any way you can. You know, or you have to find, or you just have to hold the position. You can even like start in the heel hook. You're not allowed to finish it, but you just have to try to hold the spot for as long as you can. You know, and then you can level up and you can be like, okay, you know how to hold it well enough. Now you can start trying to, and obviously letting people know don't crank anything.
It's safer too. Yeah, if you tell like don't try to submit the guy, just hold on to it. That's
and I feel like the more you actually just have them try to hold on to it, once they actually start looking for the finish, they're not just ripping stuff.
They're not in a rush.
They're not
they can
ripping.
take their time
They
to
trust
finish
the control.
it.
Then
They're not going to rip out.
That's good. Then that's good.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I do get that though sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, well, how do you practice actually the finishing mechanics? It's the same thing with the rear naked choke. Like there was one game in particular, and I didn't know how to do it because I kept choking the guy, but you actually had the rear naked choke and you weren't
start locked up,
and you weren't allowed to finish it. You just had to focus on maintaining the control for as long as possible. So there was no way for the guy attacking the choke to actually win. You just had to focus on trying to maintain it for as long as you can. And the person defending, you have to find way to peel the hands, push the elbow, get your head to the
fully
shoulders.
locked body triangle.
I think hooks or body triangle. You can do whatever you want with your legs.
Damn. That's checkmate.
Should be.
Let's try it. Let's play that game.
Yeah, with you. Yeah.
But
you just accidentally
I
put
feel like
everyone
I
to
don't
sleep.
know what to do except squeeze there. Like I don't know how to.
Well, you could hold.
You just hold it and not strangle the guy.
Just
It's
have
hard
back
though.
into a corner.
There was.
I feel like it's
yeah.
definitely harder if they're trying to escape. Like if I beat the hooks, I feel like I'm gonna be able to spin inside.
Yeah, just.
But I don't know. I've never played the game. We should play it.
Let's play it.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. Sick. So what you got coming up now?
How long does it usually take for you guys to post these?
It'll get posted
right? Or
next Monday, so 3 days.
We're behind, yeah.
I'm supposed. Okay.
You can
yeah.
bleep it as well if you
No,
know.
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. So, I know we're on a bunch of things together coming up.
You got the Saptero,
PGF.
PGF.
Saptero
Yeah.
and PGF.
Yeah, same month. Yeah,
It's gonna be a wild
March
month.
is
Holy
insane.
fuck.
Yeah,
But I'm supposed to do a match on one with Gabriel Souza.
Oh
next month.
shit! On one.
sick.
When is this? When is
Yeah,
this?
February next month.
Fuck,
Damn.
dude. Fuck yeah, bro. Are you gonna?
Fuck yeah.
What? That's less than a month away. When
Yeah,
when are you
I know,
gonna?
it's a couple weeks.
And then you're off to where's the one card?
It's in Thailand. I've never been. That's gonna be
Sick,
interesting.
dude. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Make sure it's a woman.
What's this?
Yeah, yeah. If you
It's a woman.
if
you're
you
over
go
there.
for another girlfriend
Yeah,
out there, yeah.
Just double check.
I don't know how to check. I hear the surgery is good nowadays.
Yeah.
I'll probably.
Make sure.
I'll probably just skip out on all that just to be safe.
Yeah.
better, yeah.
Stay vegan.
I might be starving out there too, by the way.
That's
I
true,
was
yeah.
thinking I might have to just pack all my meals before I go.
Oh shit,
Bro, yeah. I don't know how like vegan tolerant they are. You know,
You gonna bring Kevon out there, or what are you gonna bring for corner out there?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Keith. Oh,
Sick.
he's excited.
That's all.
for sure. Yeah.
Thailand, let's go Thailand.
His girlfriend the other day was like, I wish he didn't have to travel so much, because he's getting his name out there. He's traveling for different seminars and stuff like that. And and they were literally, he told me this the other day. He's like, I was literally in an argument about how much I'm traveling this coming year, and then you called, and then I called him about going to Thailand.
He's like, fuck yeah, I'm in. Oh shit, I'm so sorry.
We gotta go again.
Yeah.
It's like
kind of a big
we're
deal.
like 2
Can't get
minutes
out of this
after the argument, he's like, yeah, I'm going to Thailand.
That's fucking awesome.
Amazing.
Sick.
Is that at what weight?
At 155. So that's
cool.
because
Easy.
guys, I don't know, like I think 145 is not a problem. It's not that's
Hydration
not really
clause.
an issue, but I do worry. I've never had to do like a hydration.
Yeah.
Do you do that for MMA? Do you
no hydration? No.
Only one does something like that.
As far as I
one,
know,
yeah.
they make you
And like
piss.
wrestling events
They
do
don't
that as
do
well.
that.
I did a
No.
few in high school and college.
Hydration test?
Yeah.
Oh,
And what I
what?
would do is I'd hold a little bit of water in my mouth. And they'd give me a cup. I'd turn on the piss and I'd spit it in the cup.
That's
and
hilarious.
Piss only like a couple drops in it, and then you hydrate the piss.
Yeah, but if you
They definitely won't work with one.
What?
They definitely will.
They know
you'll
what the
definitely fail.
percentages
You'll
are. They're
definitely
going to be
fail.
like, sir, this is
Water.
Aquafina.
This is
This is pure Dasani.
You put a bit more piss in there.
Maybe. You gotta get it right. Sir, this is Coca-Cola. What are you doing?
Yeah, but
That's
it worked like
that worked in
worked
wrestling.
like 5 times.
that's.
I don't think they were working. I don't think they were doing
No,
the
we
test.
had guys that failed.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god, that's retarded.
If that's didn't they say anything to you?
Dude, think about
They're
it.
like, dude, come on.
You need more hydrated piss. I mean, somebody.
He's like, I have to. He's like, 1 second. I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, you could literally.
dribbling out.
You could literally just do saliva. It's just more,
Bro,
more water.
do not do that. No, dude.
I mean, I think 155 that I should
You're
be safe.
fine, right? You're just gonna
I'm
die
good.
a little bit.
But I was thinking if I did have to do like 145 or God forbid anything lighter.
We
like
did
what
have a
we do.
heavyweight though that wasn't even cutting weight, but he put
was just dehydrated.
He did the
He just did it
spit
anyway.
in the cup, but he didn't piss in it. And the guy that's testing it, he's like, "This is just water. There's no urine in here." He's like, "I don't know what happened."
I'm very hydrated.
Yeah.
He wasn't even cutting weight.
There
It's
is,
fucking
there is a
heavyweight.
trick
Oh my
though.
God.
You hold in your piss.
Yes. You
hold in your
drink
piss.
water, or you just drink water normally. You don't pee, and then you cut all the weight, but you have to hold your piss.
Okay.
And then so you are technically dehydrated, but
you piss
the
hydrated
piss in your
piss.
bladder is still hydrated piss, and then you pee. That's how the guys sneak around.
Doesn't your yeah? Go ahead.
I'm gonna come back to all this. If I really need it.
You're not gonna need it for
we
155,
get
but that's sick.
news that like Gianni fails hydration test. We're like, oh fuck, it's our fault.
Dude, a Simpleman podcast.
Gianni piss test is pure saliva and Gatorade or some shit. Fuck. Dude,
Holy
that's
shit.
awesome. February 20 what?
Yeah, February 8th.
February 8th.
February 8th.
So,
What the fuck, dude? It's like 3 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, that's sick.
Yeah, it's
oh,
great.
dope. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
no, it's been kind of weird because I just the other day they're like, oh, can you send photos? I'm like, guys, shouldn't we done this like weeks ago?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
But it's
that's
okay.
crazy.
It's okay. Everything's going really
fine.
well. But
Yeah.
I'm like, everything seems kind of last minute, but that's fine.
Why
You
would they
signed
not
one
promote
match?
that?
Yeah, just one match.
That's good. That's good.
Well, the thing with I like to try to compete as many things as possible and stay flexible. So one, just to start, see where it goes. If it goes great, then
Yeah,
we'll see
sick.
about something longer. But it's just kind of like a one-off for now. It looks like.
Yeah.
Why would they not promote that? They're so weird with their promotions. Like
I don't know,
Like they had
yeah.
a fight, a pretty good like Muay Thai fighter on the last card, and like I didn't know that the guy was fighting until the day of. It's like you versus Gabe is like a good match. Like why would you not promote that at least a month before?
I know. I'm like, I even emailed them the other day. I'm like, hey guys, do you need any more information?
Yeah, how about a post or something?
When can we start talking about it?
Well,
you
at
know?
least we're talking about it now. We're gonna.
Oh
fucking,
yeah. Well, if they're allowed to.
I was talking with Tom. I'm like, well, when the hell, Tom the Blast? I'm like, when can I start promoting this? And he's like, you can leak it out there if you want. I'm like,
Oh,
All
cool.
right, perfect. There
Bro,
we go.
Yeah, it's gonna go viral. Boom.
Leaked.
We'll make a clip if we can.
let's see. Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll think about it.
Let us know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when it gets posted. That's sick.
In other news, fucking Arman Sarukian pulled out.
Oh,
You guys hear
guys.
this?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Sad.
He,
What happened?
He hurt his back the day before.
Weight cutting or something?
Oh, actually, I have no clue.
I heard this. I
I
heard
don't
he
know.
hurt his back, yeah.
I heard it was his back. Well, actually, I just heard it
Who
from
told
Jackson.
you?
Jackson told me this.
Who told him?
I don't know.
I think the internet.
Yeah.
Let me
It was
double-
on. It was on. It was on the gram.
I definitely know
It was
that
on
he
the-
saw it?
pulled out.
Yeah, I,
Okay.
I don't even follow, and I saw that.
So what?
Well, I just
Then-
saw that he was out. Yeah.
But do you know why?
no, so, I mean, I think they said a back injury or some kind of
his
injury.
back. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Money Moicano's in.
Insane.
Money Moicano. He has zero chance
Money
of winning,
Moicano.
I believe.
Yeah, really?
Like, bro,
Man, no.
I love that dude. I do not have... Bro, Islam's a
It doesn't
beast.
seem like he's very
Islam's a beast, man. What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you have any opinions?
Islam.
I don't know. I think Islam probably wins. I'm out of the MMA scene for the most part, but yeah.
Yeah, that's... I don't know. I think Islam is a different
Was
level.
this for a title?
Yeah, back.
Yeah, bro. For a title, Money Moicano was in there now. And then we have our boy, Merab versus Umar.
Merab, dude.
Yeah. Merab versus Umar. That's a tricky
Crazy.
one, bro. That is...
What did you just say?
Dude!
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Tough one. That whole camp, man. Islam
it's
and
scary,
Umar,
bro.
they're...
I want Merab to win, but fuck, man.
It's
the
Dude,
My
Nurmagomedov-
heart
similar-
wants
similar
Merab. My
styles.
brain thinks Umar. That's
It's
what.
tough, man. It's tough. Merab is such a good dude, too. Such a hard worker, but like, we just don't know how good Umar actually is because it's like
Has he
from,
faced any high-level guys?
He fought like one top 10 guy. I
Who'd he
think it was
fight?
Corey.
his last
Corey
name.
Sandhagen.
Nurmagomedov.
That's the thing that's scary. That's the thing.
Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nurmagomedov.
Who knows? Who knows? You don't watch MMA really?
Not as much as I used to.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
feel like when I was at Henzo's, I was more like into it because I was like
You're right
around.
around
I was
that.
around
Yeah, yeah,
a lot of the guys that were like current. And then you go to Marcel's, and Marcel is so purely jiu-jitsu. You
Yeah.
know, it was just like you kind of get cut off from that world. We did have some visitors come in. I think Nate came in a couple times. I
Yes.
think Johnny Hendricks back in the day. I think some other guys. But like
Cool.
I don't know, you just really weren't connected to MMA
Yeah.
if you were just at Marcelo's.
Have you ever gotten into a street fight?
No, I'm very non-confrontational.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything that happened. I think Gregor Gracie wanted to fight me at one of the casinos.
Gregor? Really?
Yeah.
Why?
He was like really drunk, and like as I
wow.
walked by, he like kicked me in the back.
What do you mean kicked you in the...
Well, because
What?
He's not. He's still since I left all those years ago. He's
Yeah,
still.
it's
He's,
like the
not,
Brazilians.
he's not a fan.
that's
He's
kind of
not
what
a
I heard.
fan.
I heard it was
Okay.
like...
But instead, what I did, my parents were there, so I didn't really want to get into a fight with my parents sitting right there. So I just basically went over to his brother and I tattled on him like, "Hey, your brother's drunk over there. You better
Better get him.
reel him in."
Okay.
You know. So I'm like, this would not be good.
Yeah, the legends that I heard was that like you were at Henzo's and like you left, but everyone that I spoke to felt like the Brazilians kind of pushed, like they like didn't treat you right because you were American. I have no
Dude,
idea
to be
if that's
honest,
true.
I think
Because you were
I think-
American.
I think John once told me this, and I don't know. I don't know if it's true. I would believe what John thinks, but he's like, Gianni, if you fought Brazilians, the Henzo Brazilians would root for the Brazilian, not you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that obviously that's a red
It
flag.
was like a national
I mean,
thing.
I'm not surprised to hear that. I think
Yeah.
right? Like that seems like their kind of thing.
They're prideful.
Yeah.
I remember like I used to like visiting Ryan Hall's gym in Virginia.
Oh,
yeah.
sick.
I used to do that like once or twice a year. You know, I'd spend like a week with them.
I've been there.
And I remember I came back and I did like one of our comp sessions, and I used to show like, a technique or two before we got into training, and I was like, "Hey guys, I picked this up from Ryan Hall." And I remember one of the Brazilians was walking by, one of the main guys there, and he was like so pissed off about it. He like that I just mentioned someone else outside the gym that showed me something, that they actually kicked us off the mats that day.
That
It was
crazy.
wild. So I'm like, what? Just because I'm like sharing a technique from someone else that I learned, so yeah.
What wild times
Yeah.
back then.
I'm like,
That's-
how do you get better? How do you get better that way?
you have to learn from other people, man.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
very like closed doors type of thing. I think it's way better now, just in like pretty much all the
It's
gyms.
a
Like
very prideful species.
yeah,
the Brazilians.
humans.
Yeah. Ryan Hall, I heard a lot of good things about. Frankie.
He's fucking good, man.
Yeah.
I've
Frankie
trained
was
with
always
him.
like, dude, this guy. I've never trained with him ever. Never been over there. I would love to.
He's fucking
but,
good. Really
Frankie
nice
was
guy.
like, dude, Ryan's really.
You trained
freaking
with
good.
him, a lot,
Yeah.
right? What do you think? Like
I think he's awesome. His pressure
on top, from what I remember, is like
He's still fighting UFC?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. He's had a lot of injuries.
Dude, he fought Ilya Taporia.
I don't know.
Freaking knocked out by him.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Oh,
That
was the
crazy.
heel hook, outside heel hook.
That's when he was like trying to do that, and then Ilya was like,
he was trying crazy shit. In that
he
fight.
was,
Just anything to not strike, bro.
It was. It's because he got hurt. I think he hurt something. That's why he was doing that. I remember hearing this.
that's
He did
why.
it in every,
That's
didn't
why.
he do it every fight though?
No,
that
it
was kind of his thing.
lot in that fight.
Imanari rolls is kind of
Yeah.
he would throw like side kicks, head kicks, Imanari roll.
Imanari,
That's kind of like what.
But it
that
was
his
like
thing.
it was a lot in that fight. Yeah.
That fight was wild.
That guy was the better striker than his like other people he fought.
That guy's a.
Oh, it's Ilya.
It's
Yeah.
fucking Ilya. Yeah.
fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
How do you how did your like training go with Ryan? Like what did you think
feel was the
about that?
best?
Dude, it's been so long. It's been a while now since I trained with Ryan. I just remember going there as like a pro belt and getting like fucked up, for the most
Bro, he used
part.
to fuck me up. I know.
But he's got the I think I went a couple years ago, and I just remember he's got this flow about him. I'm almost afraid to like go hard,
Yeah.
because he's so chill during the round, but is obviously like really good pressure and everything from on top. I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Does
just,
he like when you go there? Can you like scrap, or is it more just like more technique for technique type of thing? Like
well, I was kind of like I try to like gauge how much I should be giving, and I feel like it wasn't so much of a scrap. I feel like I would be, I don't know.
it's like
maybe-
respectful. It's like
I was trying to be respectful, going hard, but not like
Not crazy.
not crazy.
I don't know what he's thinking. Ryan, I can't read the guy. Like most people, I'm like, oh, we're going hard and it's fine.
like
It's
when you go with
fucking-
Ethan. What are you usually thinking? If you went with Ethan, or like, what level are you guys usually training at with Ethan?
What level am I training? I don't know. We're
scrap.
Yeah,
We're fucking
exactly.
scrap, brother. But with what?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's hard to read. It's like when you read Ethan, you're reading.
No, there's nothing to
Red
read.
alert! Red alert! Attack!
Fire! Like pulling fucking levers, like fire extinguishers and shit. No, I just mean with Ryan, like it's the same. Like he's saying, like he's kind of like flows, but I don't know. I just don't know if like he's scrapping or flowing. He is good as fuck. So if I'm not careful, like again, this was years ago, and his top pressure was crazy. But I didn't know if I was like just scrap, fight, turtle, this, that. I would just like kind of get fucking pancaked and be like, oh shit, I should have tried harder, I guess. Like, I don't know.
I hate when guys have this flow feel, yet they're going hard, because I feel like, oh, I should flow. I don't want to be disrespectful, and then all of a sudden they catch you sleeping and they sleep you.
Yeah, and then I'm like, well, shit, I should have tried harder in that one. I'll do better next time, I guess. I don't know.
Interesting.
Hard to describe, I guess.
I trained with Marcelo not too long ago, maybe like a year or so ago.
Really?
And this was like
No way.
right after he came back from his stomach cancer and everything.
Wow,
So I'm
that's,
thinking like, how much do I actually give him? I'm not sure. Like,
What did you give him?
10 seconds in, I realized, oh, I got to fight.
Wow, really?
Because
He's still
he's
scrapping.
like, he doesn't give a shit.
Bro, that's
he came
amazing.
after me right away. I'm like, oh, okay. He's
So he's good? Like, that was a scary fucking spot for him, no? Like,
What's he weigh?
He's got to be lighter now. He's got to be closer to like 170. He used to get up there. He used to be like 190 maybe,
Wow.
but
he
Big
went
legs.
through chemo and everything. Like,
yeah. Dude, dude's insane. It was
You
like
know-
it was like his third or fourth session back that I trained with him.
Yeah.
And like maybe his timing was off a little bit, but everything else was the same.
he's crazy good,
crazy.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've never like trained with him. I've only heard like how good he was.
I've watched a bunch of his.
I
jiu-jitsu,
watched his jiu-jitsu for sure.
His calves are huge.
Yeah.
He's a thick man.
He's a thick boy.
He's got tiny hands though.
Got that
Small.
Nicky Ryan build.
He has a Nicky Ryan. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
A little
Oh, you
bit
didn't get
there.
to train with Nikki.
I know.
Fuck, that would have been
I know.
sick.
Yeah.
Today was your last day training because you leave tomorrow.
Yeah,
Or you train
I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow.
You're training
it's
tomorrow?
earlier
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
10.
hopefully fucking Nikki's in.
Well,
It'd be cool.
It's
isn't
early.
He's getting some work done on his knee or something.
Well, he had to.
I don't know.
No. Well, he is, but he's still training right now
He used to just wait.
to get
You think he should
surgery.
Just don't get surgery.
Just don't do
He'll
it.
love the
tra-
sound of
he's
that.
training.
He'll be like, oh, all right. No.
But he says
I mean,
every time like he goes hard, then he has to take a couple days off because his knee hurts. That's what he says.
Okay.
Why are you smiling at that?
I just mean like
Why are you smiling at that?
You're serious.
go a little bit, rest a little bit. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, I've always wanted to train with him. I never have. I saw him.
never
I-
trained with him?
No, I saw him back in the day when he was like
Like a
14,
kid?
15.
at Henzo's or
Yeah.
just around, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen his career, so
Yeah.
I definitely wanted to. But if not, I've gotten a good mix of guys. I've been having a great time.
Yeah,
Sure, man.
Good training.
I avoided this guy though. It was scary. I just felt, he was like, "Oh, let me show the camping passing on you," and I was just like in the niche. I'm like, "Holy shit! Holy shit!"
I'm heavy.
Big boy.
Some of the guys I compete against are heavier.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You should do some guard passing and feel his guard.
Yeah, we can play it tomorrow.
Yeah, just play light. Just play light. Like, don't fucking.
okay.
Yeah.
No. Kevon told me, he's like, he loves to brag when he trains with everyone too. But he's like,
Kevon, yeah?
Yeah, he's like, Nicky Rod trained with me and he didn't go any easier on me as he did with anyone else.
He's like, that's disrespectful.
Yeah,
to
you gotta
discriminate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, Kevon, you should take it as a compliment then if he went hard on you.
Dude, if I like go light, I just get injured or just get fucked up.
I had a wrestler roommate back in the day, and he was a D1 wrestler. I forget where, but he would always and he would train with anyone. He would be like, "I can't go light, or I'm going to get hurt."
Yeah.
Every time someone asked him for a flow round or whatever, he'd be like, "No," and he's gonna. But I always remember coming into a room one day, and this guy's like 200 pounds, just like smashing this girl. I'm like, he couldn't even. I can't go light. I'm gonna get hurt. She was like just belly down, back. He's like, and she was stuck there for like 5 minutes. I'm like, you couldn't just let her out. And he's like, no, I could get hurt.
My knee was about to explode.
I could get hurt.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, luckily jiu-jitsu is like a slower game, but wrestling I do feel the same way. Like if I go light, I'll just get my knee or hurt or I'll stub a toe or something.
I don't think I know how to flow anymore either.
Next time you come, you should do more wrestling. Not before. Like, obviously, you're getting ready for Gabe now, so it's like focus on A game stuff.
Yeah.
But we have a bunch of good wrestlers here. Roman's even a good wrestler too.
Yeah.
Roman's a good wrestler. J Dog's a good wrestler.
Puts him unconscious somehow wrestling. He's like,
That's amazing. He's been put unconscious a couple times.
I
for
think
no
the
reason.
most-
You might like it.
Probably the most.
he probably
Dude,
does.
I don't like that feeling anymore.
What'd you say?
I don't like the feeling getting put to sleep anymore. It used to
I've
happen
never
to
been
me
put to
all the-
sleep.
Used to happen to me all the time when I was younger because I was just stubborn and
Really?
refused to tap. But I just remember not all the time.
Yeah,
But
but,
like
often,
probably more often than I should
you
be getting
should.
put to
Sure.
sleep.
Yeah.
But man, I think the last time I got put to sleep, I woke up and I just felt like I was in a fog the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Like I must have been like a deep sleep. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want that anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
I almost went to
I've only
sleep.
put one person to sleep training, but a lot of people in seminars ask me, and I gotta stop doing it.
They ask you to choke them unconscious?
Yeah, I'm done with that.
That's a weird thing to ask. I don't know.
Oblige.
No more. I'm done.
Pay.
It's
Well,
weird.
there's
It's risky.
that guy that got the 46 million from that gym right in California.
Well, he broke his neck, though. He didn't
Yeah,
get put to
it
sleep,
wasn't
right?
drilling at all, but
Didn't he break his neck?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
but apparently, like, he was fine. Like, his neck got
Yeah.
broken, and then I
He's
think he was
okay now.
fine in a
But
couple
there's no
months.
serious long-term effects.
Apparently not. Like, he was like walking around and stuff, but he did
Oh, so
win.
it wasn't like paralyzed.
Not paralyzed, no, but he did win $46 million.
Wow,
I think
that's double win.
Damn.
that's insane.
not paralyzed
so be
and
careful,
46
maybe you
million.
might break somebody's
Yeah,
neck.
I'm not doing that. I mean, also when I put somebody to sleep, I'm like, I choke it hard. If you just have to squeeze it a little bit.
What
My
did I-
power is too great.
Oh yeah, when we were doing the head and arms, you did the head and arm to me, and I was still breathing. I tapped, but
Yeah,
I
you
almost
were
went
fuzzy.
out.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I was like,
I've gone
Almost
close.
was
to
It
a
was like
couple.
one of
Yeah.
those where like you tap, but you don't really remember tapping.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you
It was
go
cr-
like
it
a
was
little
close.
nummy, you know?
Yeah, like the pins and needles. I was like, wow, I almost went out. It was
Close.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that feeling anymore.
Liam strangled Jay unconscious.
Yeah, remember that? In a guillotine.
yeah.
Early
A couple
B team
years-
days.
A couple of years ago, we were drilling guillotine escapes, and then
Just drilling.
drilling, yeah.
Nicky Ryan was showing us his escape where he kind of like punches like that.
Like the 4-point escape. We have a
4-point.
certain type of guillotine escape that we like to do, and then
Liam, my brother.
Liam, we're having J Rod do it to Liam, or Liam
Do
was
defense.
guillotining J Rod.
J-Rod does the defense.
and
yeah.
then J Rod was trying to get out, and then just ends up unconscious.
We thought he was joking too, because he just like kind of fell.
I thought it was John. I'm like, oh shit. He's fine. Yeah. Amazing.
fuck! All right, call it there.
That was good.
Call it, man.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching the Simpleman podcast. Gianni, thanks so much for coming on, brother.
guys,
Good
thank
to
you for
have
having
you.
me. Thank you, guys.
And now,
Thank you.
At the end of each episode, if they watch to the end, we tell them to leave an emoji in the comments. So, what emoji should they leave?
What do you guys usually go for?
Something about
Could be
what we
karate, so he's
spoke
a
about.
gi guy.
Could be
Karate.
anything.
No?
I'm done with the ghee
You're
stuff.
no ghee guy now.
No, just
Lettuce.
Yeah, lettuce. Yes.
Right.
lettuce, any type of vegetable
Anyway,
emoji.
Any vegetable?
Cool. Any
Oh,
vegetable
we're gonna get some
emoji.
colorful.
Cool.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any
What's your
vegetable
dinner
emoji.
look like?
It's pretty straightforward. You know, like I make a lot of like stir fries, so it's like tofu, like peppers. You got chickpeas. You got snap peas. You got
What is
rice.
tofu?
Tofu.
Soy.
It's a great question.
It's
Yeah.
soy.
It's actually good protein.
Yeah.
What is soy?
It's protein.
But it's a plant. It's a plant.
I just
Yeah.
do it.
It's from the soybean.
But it's like a spongy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But soy is a plant.
It's
It
from
is
the
a plant.
soybean.
It's from a plant. Yeah.
Soybean.
Originates
Yeah.
from a plant.
Sorry, I'm not real intertwined.
Sorry,
with
bro. I
veggies.
only eat meat.
I eat a lot of veggies nowadays.
It's healthier.
Try to be healthy.
Oh, we didn't get to my blood
shit.
work.
Okay, we can't
Yeah,
stop. We
I'm
can't
fucking
stop.
dying.
We got to keep going a little bit. Bro.
All right.
All right. So shout out to Merak Health. They hooked Ethan up with blood work panel, so
Thank
you can
you,
see
Merak
how
Health.
healthy he is, guys. It's super important to know your blood work, just for everyday life, but also if you want to be an athlete. This athlete over here apparently is dying.
Well, you see, everything was really good right up until
Everything tasted really good.
everything. Yeah, okay. Ribeye for. Okay, so I got my blood work done, I think like 2 years ago, and my LDL, the bad cholesterol LDL, was high, but not
How
alarming.
high?
How high? Like, I think like 100 something.
Oh,
right?
that's
Oh,
low.
that's
low.
fine. That's fine.
99 is the threshold.
No, 190 is extreme risk.
Yes, but you said 100.
100 is still not good.
No.
No, 100 is fine.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
It was like a borderline, whatever it was, borderline. I call it 150. Okay. And I was eating a lot of red meat, so I'm like, oh, it's genetic. It doesn't matter. I'm eating a lot of red meat, and it's not as bad as it should be. So I went like 2 years eating. I'm in this echo chamber. I'm hearing like Paul Saladino. I'm hearing fucking people talk about how good red meat is.
Also,
I'm like,
Paul's
sick.
like, yo, the cholesterol 300 is fine.
Wait, say his last name?
Paul, I said Paul's like
Okay,
cholesterol,
okay.
cholesterol of like
What do you think he's-
300 is fine. Some people say.
I see. I'm hearing this, and I'm like, I don't know about that, but like maybe it's not so bad. So I'm like eating red meat pretty much every fucking day for years, and I feel fine. I've like my cardio's fine. I'm lifting. I'm training. Everything's fine.
You feel great.
I feel great. I feel what? No,
No, I'm reaffirming you. You feel.
I feel great. Exactly. Yes. Fantastic. And lo and behold, I'm like, extreme risk for heart disease. Apparently,
Like off the charts.
So it stops. Extreme risk is anything greater than 190, and the red bar goes to here. They put a line over here at 206.
No,
So,
208. 208, right?
206. 206.
Okay,
My
okay.
LDL is. Yeah, I definitely remember exactly.
LDL is 206,
206. Insane.
guys.
Not good. On one hand, I feel fine. On the other hand, maybe I could feel way better if I knock that down.
So
I don't know.
my LDL was 190, and then I ate like mainly chicken and olives and vegetables for 3 weeks.
Got blood
And then
work again.
Got blood work again. Dropped it to 170, and I mean it's still high, but it's much better.
So try this. Oh, wait, what if you try the vegan diet?
Oh, I
and
mean,
see.
yeah, you-
that
I'll try-
you probably his blood work's probably fucking.
Probably got not a gram of fat
Oh,
in his
yeah.
blood. That's fantastic.
yeah.
Listen, what I think though, because
But
hold on.
you just think this.
I think this.
Justify it. Come on.
Okay, so I was like under this guise that it's all genetic. Doesn't matter what you
Okay.
fucking eat. Your cholesterol is going to be good or bad depending on your genetics. So my first blood work, I'm like, all right, my parents, there's heart disease in my family. So I'm like, all right, my LDL is going to be fucking high no matter what I eat. So I may as well eat red meat. I love eating steak and red meat. I do this for 2 years. LDL is way worse. And hearing this, you managed to get yours down in 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
3 weeks of
We
eating cleaner?
We actually don't know if LDL is actually bad for you because you can also increase your LDL apparently with triglycerides, which come from carbs.
Sugar,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like,
Look, I don't know,
We don't know
what
this,
the right
'cause
answer is, but
apparently-
I'm going to try this. You have to try things.
Also,
Like, you can't...
I've heard that if you go low carb, it makes your body keep more cholesterol in the blood work in your blood system because you need some kind of fuel.
It, like,
whatever.
stores fat more. It's more inclined to store
Yeah,
it.
because you're having low carbs. Like, oh, we need more fat, so we keep more fat. Where if you have the right amount of carbs, so your body will digest the fat and kind of push it out.
But apparently, did you see the thing that Peter Attia and Huberman had about the LDL? Do you hear that?
No, tell me.
Well, I don't know, but
Okay,
it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain, but like apparently there's your LDL number, right? But then it might be the VLDL that really matters.
Very low density
There might be
lipoprotein.
that. It might be that one.
Even that was not great.
Okay,
on me.
it might be that one, or there's an AB something.
ApoB.
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 That, well, how's your ApoB? That apparently. Ooh, that's bad.
Not great.
Really?
That's the genetic marker.
one.
That's the genetic marker.
Well, he said
No?
ApoB is that's what you have to keep as low as possible. Like ideally, it's supposed to be like 30 per deciliter or something like that. But he said the 200,
shit was
your
high too, dog.
LDL can be 200.
High performers.
He says LDL can be 200. He's like, I don't even care about that. I look at the ApoB, and the ApoB is the deciding factor of whether or not you get.
He also takes like statins and stuff. Like he takes
Who?
drugs.
Peter Attia?
Yeah, he takes drugs to lower his
Really?
stuff. He doesn't even just like eat clean and stuff. He actually
Takes
takes.
myostatin or
Well,
something.
Yeah.
statins are supposed to like lower your cholesterol.
Yeah.
I watched the thing about it yesterday, but retained very little of it.
It's really hard to retain. It's so info dense. It's like I need to take
so
notes
what's your
on this
ApoB?
shit.
What's your ApoB?
I forget, man. I need to check. You want me to check? Or?
Check, please.
All right. Hold on.
Because if it's lower, then you're fine. But statins aren't good for you.
Well, I mean, everything you take is going to have some kind of side effect.
Bro, everything kills you. It's fucking bullshit.
Oh, so then why even try to lower your cholesterol?
Because I have to try things.
I might try to only eat things that I kill. Maybe I.
That'll definitely help your LDL.
No, but maybe it'll bring me closer to God.
Do you want to go? What the fuck?
It's getting out of hand on this podcast.
Like red meat's bad, but if you kill it, it might be better.
What about human?
It's okay then.
Do you want to go hunting? I'm gonna go out.
but
with,
I don't want a pig. I want
with
like
Dallas.
an elk.
Yeah, we
or
can.
Deer,
We have to go next year then when it's
or-
season. We can do. You don't want a pig? You don't want a hug?
I want.
All right, well,
I
you
want
wanna
an elk,
I'm in,
a deer. Maybe a
Pig is good
a
still.
half Filipino,
Why do
half
you not-
Jamaican man.
So why do you not like pig?
I
Pig
do
is
like
good.
it, but it's red meat, and I might as well just have
So
better red
is
meat.
deer.
Yeah, but I'd rather have deer than pig. It tastes better.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Wait,
Brother,
what
have
tastes
some-
better? What tastes better?
Pork belly,
Okay,
bro.
I like.
Pork belly is fire.
Gianni's
You talking
disgusted
about
with this
bacon?
conversation. It's like you
Pancetta?
fucking
Talking about bacon?
Bacon is
I don't
good.
care.
Just
Fucking
drop the
pancetta.
vegetable emojis,
No, no.
guys.
Yeah, just veggie.
He's like, I
emojis,
thought I was
please.
leaving, guys.
Yeah, they fucking
They're talking about meat.
The deer and elk are leaner animals, so it's gonna be lower in saturated fat.
Yeah,
That's
but we don't
why.
really even know if saturated fat. Saturated fat's good for your brain.
Everything's
I have
good
so
and
much
bad.
in
This
my
is-
body.
We're not
it's
getting anywhere.
fine.
All right,
His
so what's your
brain's fine. It
ApoB?
hasn't had
finding it,
saturated fat
finding
in
it.
6 years.
Oh,
Three.
it's all right. I think it's
But
functioning
okay, we
properly.
discussed this. So, Gianni's been a vegan for 3 years, and then Nicky Rod was like, "Oh, dude, well, you look good. You look, you look physically fit." And I was like, "But that's based on the decades of meat prior." That's my guess. By,
Yeah, and
that's,
good
206.
genetics.
Good genetics too.
Good genetics help.
Okay, so what's your ApoB?
Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, off the charts. Yes.
Really?
Oh,
Your,
yeah.
your ApoB?
ApoB off the
Let me
charts.
see. 144, baby. Oh my god.
And what's the
Oh, it's
healthy?
like a past the.
Yeah, it's literally
past
off the
past
marker.
line.
Show them. Actually, I don't know.
So it just goes up to anything over 90, and I'm at 144.
Wow, dude. Okay.
Imagine I get this in check. You're
Okay,
all fucked.
okay.
Dude,
Bro, what?
this is, you know why this is motivating for me? Because I'm doing this much with on the verge of death. I'm going to be back. Dude, look,
Oh my god.
it's alarming.
bro.
I know.
But now
How's
the
your
thing
ferritin? Is it high?
It better than it was. I
Really? How the fuck? How?
don't know.
your brother is also convinced that he's fucked as well.
Bro, he saw my blood work. He's like, "Oh no, I'm so in trouble too."
And then I was like, oh, well, what you eat all day yesterday? He was like, oh, we just had chicken and veggies. And then he was like, well, but then for dinner I had a Popeye sandwich.
Oh wait, no, 2.
Didn't he was trying to convince you to go to In-N-Out. He was like, one last try.
the drive home, he's like, the whole drive home, he's like, one last hurrah, one last hurrah. I'm like, no. Then it's like fucking 8:30 p.m. He's like, bro, I'm ordering Popeyes. Come on, one last hurrah. He's like waving it in my face. Like, no, go away, bro.
That is hilarious because I was telling you, I was like, bro, you're probably fine. He's like, no, if there's a chance that I can fix this, then I'm going to fix it.
Yeah.
One last hurrah.
One last hurrah.
All right, that was good. That was good.
Okay,
All right,
veggie
what
emoji.
I do? Veggie.
Thank you for coming on,
Yeah, dude,
bro.
thanks
We
for coming
appreciate
on,
it.
brother.
Thanks for
Appreciate it,
having
man.
me.
You have
No,
anything you
back.
want to promote or anything?
Bodega Jiu-Jitsu in Maplewood, New Jersey. I have sponsors, Fanlix. Yeah, check them out. Thank you for asking me to stay for a couple extra days. I really appreciate it. I had a couple guys messaging me like, "Oh, Nikki asked you to stay. That's awesome. Is he even training with you?" I'm like, "No, but he just wants me to train with the guys." So I really do appreciate that.
That's fucking great. Well,
Yeah.
we appreciate you here anytime, bro. You're welcome, man.
Yeah,
Bro,
no,
sick
thank
to have you, bro.
Thank you,
Sick
guys.
to have
Thank
you, man.
Thank you.
Stuff.
Yeah.
All right, simple man, you've been simplified.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, guys.